I recently decided to rewatch a couple of old Top Gear episodes, so might as well talk about the cars featured in them. We're gonna begin the journey through the episode with the 2014 Alfa Romeo 4C, and goddamn, it still looks like such a beautiful machine. Yeah, it has its flaws. Yeah, it's Italian made, but damn, it still looks so amazing in 2026. And I even checked the European market for them, and they're still selling for like 60, 70,000 euros on the used market. So people are starting to appreciate them. We're gonna take a look at the random cars in the background as well, and that white van looks like a Citroen Berlingo or the Peugeot something something, but I feel like that's a Citroen Berlingo. And further down the road, that's a Peugeot 206, and further down the road, no idea. The coolant, an oil consumer number one, or in other words, the BMW E90 3 Series. Probably a 320D or 380, judging by the cars in Italy. But yeah, amazing view. In this episode, Richard Hammond was competing against Jeremy Clarkson on a Gibbs quad ski, basically a quad that can turn into a jet ski when driven on water, ridden, basically. Yeah, interesting thing. If I remember correctly, it was pretty expensive, but pretty useful to be fair. In the background, we can see a scooter, and I think that's a that Fiat Doplo van, and some kind of a Ford Galaxy minivan. It's the smaller one, I think. Okay, probably one of my favorite cars that I have seen in the background, and that's a Fiat Panda. God damn, I love those. Would definitely want one. And the red one, I don't know. I assume Kia or some kind of a Suzuki. I don't know, some kind of small car. Here we can see the mighty Renault Grand Espace on the right, and behind the Alpha we can see a Volvo S80, the white one, Ford Focus, I think, and the rest of them, not sure. I can never remember the name of that truck. I know it's a Mazda, obviously, it says so, but that's probably like one of those early 2000s ones. And yeah, behind the Alpha, the E60 BMW 5 Series, mixed feelings about that one. A smart car. Oh well, probably a Fiat van or something like that. Ooh, C Class from like the late 2000s. Nice. A Fiat Panda, the official car of the whole of Italy. This is a newer generation, if I remember correctly, like mid 2000s again. And yeah. Here we can see on the left, was that Fiat Punto, but like the late 2000, like before 2010, I think. That one. And goddamn, just look at the rear end of the Alfa 4C. Well, the fastest car in the whole of Italy is a local Italian man in a cheap little car. And yeah, I'm not sure what kind of Fiats those are. No idea. But yeah, that's a Golf 6 in the back of it, and like further down. And what's that? This the Toyota Corolla or Auris or Yaris? Yaris. It was Yaris. Um, that's a Renault Espace. I don't think it's the grand one, but could be. And another uh, mid 2000s Fiat Panda. They're everywhere if you have ever visited Italy. Here we can see like a Citroen C 2, C1, C3, C2 or C1, I think. And the other car, not sure. There's a lot to take in into this picture, and on the left, some kind of a Fiat, not sure. Ooh, a Ferrari 360, iconic. And look how good. Okay, the Ferrari looks good, but look at the Alpha. Like, damn. Oh, there's another Fiat Panda, the old one, in front of the motorcycle. After that, not sure. Fiat Punto, Opel Zafira, whatever. Dacia Sandero. Oh, is that 370Z Cabrio? Oh, wait a minute. On the left. Okay, there probably is a Cayenne, and near the signs. And I think I spot a Porsche 911 headlight on the left side. And yeah, on the left side towards the man is a Fiat 500. Just pure art. Okay, maybe the headlights aren't the most beautiful ones, at least to me, but the whole body, and especially around, like parked at a villa besides Lake Como, just cinema art. And the wheels, wow, I can't stop. It's beautiful. Yet another shot of the quad ski where they are making fun of the labels that are placed on it. And in the background, we can see the Jeff car and obviously the McLaren P1, which at the time of the airing of the episode basically just now came out and they were mind blown. And obviously so. Like, it's still a spaceship from the future in 2026. So imagine how it looked like in 2014. On the news segment, they were making fun of the random things that are placed on the signs. And here you can see an Vauxhall Astra from like mid 2000s. I think this one was the Citroen C2, Vauxhall Vectra. I feel like from the 90s, late Renault Megane Estate. Not sure about the cars further up. What's on the right side of Volkswagen Transporter from the late 90s, and the Mini Cooper among a Scania and a DOF. Not really the biggest fan of American cars, but a Corvette Z06 in yellow. God damn. I mean, not really the best car to drive in Europe, as they made fun of it, and I would agree. You kind of look like a bit of a knob, but seriously cool, seriously powerful, seriously mad. A lot of iconic cars were released in 2014, even the Jag F-Type Coupe. I mean, okay, obviously it has aged, but it still looks pretty good, I would say. I think this is the V8 version. Um, yeah, properly. I love it. And they're not that expensive anymore, but obviously Jag reliability, but whatever, still cool. If any of you helicopter or military nerds know what exactly is this chopper called, wasn't this the Chinook? I'm a bit rusty on my military helicopter knowledge. From what James said in the episode, this is a Force Protection Cougar Ridgeback, while this is a Force Protection Cougar Mastiff. This is a Force Protection Ocelot. I think this one was the Husky one. Ah, definitely forgot the name of this one. Behind Mr. James May is a Caterpillar 938G. Here he was talking about the light armored Land Rover Defenders, with which, if I remember correctly, the British arrived in Afghanistan, but The improvised explosives were a bit too much for these, so they needed to upgrade their forces a lot. At the time they were leaving Afghanistan, at the time of this episode. Oh, I remembered what that big one vehicle was a couple of slides ago. It was I didn't remember, I just looked it up. ST Kinetics Bronco ATTC, something like that. But anyway, here we can see a force protection ocelot that James was using um, and just, experiencing how it is. Oh, yet again, force protection mastiff with a special attachment in front. Question, was this the AC-130? But anyway, love it. Looks amazing. A small clip of the Jag commercial on the Red City bus. But yeah, in this commercial, they were making fun of it. That always the villain was cast as a British guy. So Jaguar Jag F-Type was a very fitting vehicle for one. The Vauxhall Astra, like Series J or something like that, from like early 2010s. I know inflation on all that since 2014, but £866,000, still pretty actually reasonable price for what it is. And considering how expensive modern hypercars have gotten, actually quite the deal. And still, just look at it. While standing, it just looks like it's flying. Jeremy went on a little cruise through Belgium, and here we can see a Peugeot 207 or 8. 8, I think. And the rest of the cars can't really recognize. Here we can see the McLaren P1 just sliding down the road, while in the background there's a Mercedes Sprinter van from like 2010, and the rest of the cars can't recognize. Oh, here we can see Opel Meriva uh, on the right side, that mini thing. On the left side, Mercedes C-Class from like early to mid 2000s. Is that the Volvo S40? Oh, there's on the right side Citroen C3. Well, Jeremy is charging up the P1 and eating interesting looking chocolate shoe. On the right side, we can see a Land Rover Defender just by the wheel and the shape of it. Love those. The more I looked at the P1 in this episode, and obviously Jeremy's narration, the more I was like, oh my fucking hell, that's one of the most beautiful cars ever made. Yeah, it's may not be as crazy or wild looking as other hypercars, but it's just so sleek and elegant. Future timeless classic. Kinda already is. It's 12 years old or something like that. Here we can see a Volvo FH something something truck and a Mercedes Actros. Ooh, an Opel Astra Estate from early to mid 2000s. A Ford Transit something something. Audi Q3. Yeah, Q3. That's my guess. And the iconic P1 in the middle. Yeah, that's about it for this episode. After driving around, Jeremy went to Spa and drove around in rain and didn't crash, so that's good. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with McLaren P1 once again. Magnificent looking car, love it. Uh, the key highlights, I mean, probably the P1 and the 4C. Wasn't really that interested in the news segment or the star in the reasonably priced car. So yeah, the 4C, a great start, but overall the episode wasn't the most memorable, except the P1 part. So, I mean, yeah, racing across Lake Como. is kind of rememberable, but it's not as exciting as the other things they've done. So I would say this episode is like a 7.5. Okay, let's give it a. I want to give it an 8 because, or 8, yeah, because of the P1 segment. But yeah, let's stick with 8 because the P1 segment. But yeah, I'm gonna continue watching these episodes and I'm gonna continue refining the format because, yeah, it's kind of fun to take a look back. It's been like 12 years since these specific episodes aired. So, yeah, it's interesting to look back how much has changed and how much things stay the same. Yeah, that's all. See you in the next video.